Online radicalization rarely announces itself with the drama associated with extremism. More often, it arrives quietly, disguised as curiosity, grievance, or belonging. One more tab opened late at night. One more forum bookmarked. One more algorithmic nudge toward certainty. It is a gradual process, shaped less by a single moment of conversion than by repetition. The steady exposure to ideas that harden into beliefs, beliefs that drift toward absolutes, and absolutes that make moral distance from others feel not only justified, but necessary. This progression often unfolds without face-to-face recruitment or formal organizational ties, sustained instead by digital echo chambers that reward outrage, validate resentment, and transform isolation into identity. The Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, ISIS, made this phenomenon visible to a global audience, wielding social media with an unsettling fluency, recruiting, propagandizing, fundraising, and inspiring violence from thousands of miles away. Yet ISIS did not invent online radicalization. It merely refined it. Extremism appeared online almost as soon as the internet itself did. Long before social platforms learned to optimize engagement, early digital spaces were already doing the work, reinforcing beliefs without contradiction, offering anonymity without accountability, and providing round-the-clock access to ideological narratives. ISIS industrialized these dynamics, but the behavioral pathway, the slow narrowing of thought, was already well-worn. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, jihadist movements such as Al-Qaeda relied on password-protected forums and rudimentary websites to distribute sermons, ideological essays, and training manuals. These were places where sympathizers could radicalize in solitude, guided not by a recruiter's hand, but by shared texts and mutual reinforcement. Forums like Al-Ansar functioned as early laboratories of online extremism, where martyrdom was romanticized and operational ideas circulated years before YouTube or Twitter existed. At roughly the same time, white supremacist communities were building their own digital ecosystems. Stormfront, founded in 1995, became one of the internet's earliest and most enduring extremist forums, normalizing racist ideology and grievance through discussion threads that spanned continents. National alliance websites and listservs followed a similar logic. Propaganda first, community second, action always implied. 3.5 decades of such cases have provided a sobering archive for behavioral analysts and scholars. Many within law enforcement and intelligence communities have tried to impose order on this chaos by describing radicalization as a staircase or ladder. On the lowest rung lies a private psychological landscape, perceived injustices, personal grievances, and unresolved identity struggles. A step higher, opinions harden into a sense of righteous opposition. Soon, online behavior begins to shift. Anger finds targets, language sharpens, aggression is displaced into posts and comments. With continued immersion, categorical thinking takes hold, and extremist organizations acquire a sense of legitimacy. At the top of the staircase lies action, where internal restraints fall away and violence becomes conceivable, even necessary. Yet not all experts are persuaded by tidy architectural metaphors. Bruce Hoffman, one of the most influential scholars of terrorism and counterterrorism, has long resisted rigid, stage-based models. For Hoffman, radicalization is not a conveyor belt, but a deeply individual choice, shaped by a unique and often contradictory mix of personal agency, ideology, leadership influence, and historical context. In earlier eras, he argued, radicalization was frequently centralized, managed by organizational elites who oversaw recruitment and training. Today, the landscape is far more diffuse, populated by lone actors and ideological omnivores who drift between causes in search of meaning, coherence, or validation. The path is rarely linear, and it is almost never uniform. To understand such cases, many practitioners now turn to behavioral frameworks rather than ideological typologies. One of the most influential is the Trap 18 model, developed by the forensic psychologist Reid Malloy. Unlike predictive models that attempt to forecast violence, Trap 18 focuses on observable behaviors, signals that suggest movement toward action rather than belief alone. It distinguishes between proximal warning behaviors, which escalate as an individual nears violence, and distal characteristics, which quietly shape vulnerability over time. The model is prized by intelligence and law enforcement professionals, not because it promises certainty, it does not, but because it emphasizes prevention, context, and early intervention. It is less concerned with what someone believes than with how those beliefs begin to manifest in the world. Taken together, these perspectives converge on a sobering truth. Online radicalization is rarely sudden and almost never inexplicable. It is a process, incremental, adaptive, and human, unfolding at the intersection of technology, grievance, and identity. The danger lies not only in the ideologies themselves, but in how quietly they can take root, one click at a time.